Hello and welcome to Bathroom Mirror Teachings again. What are we going to talk about tonight? I don't know, but it'll come. What I wanted to share is about how we build a wall that separates us from A, who we are, B, what we want, and how we want to express ourselves. You see, because we've been so, somebody asked me today, what makes you think you're so deserving? And I was like, deserving? It's not that I'm deserving of anything. It's that I'm beginning to remember and understand what I am. When you understand that you are part of vastness, it is so big, the human mind cannot get itself around it. That's the thing. I am part of vastness. Vastness just is. And all that comes out of the vastness is good. So if I'm coming out of vastness and I'm good, then why do I need to deserve anything? It stands to reason that everything that comes out of the vastness is good and thus not entitled to, but I'm part of that. So clearly if I'm part of that, then I will get what I require. You see, that takes practice. I have to remind myself of that every day. Because the reason I have to remind myself of that every day is because society has done a very good job of saying, oh, you've got merit. You've done this, you've done that. Oh, you deserve. And what it does is it pits us against the other. When in actuality, we're all unique expressions. Right? Like Michelangelo. You think he was artistic because it paid the bills? He was artistic because, you know that line in Sister Act when she says, if you wake up in the morning and all you can think about is singing, then you're supposed to be a singer, girl. That's what she says, right? Well, Michelangelo woke up and he was just eating, breathing, sleeping, creativity. Why? Because that is his soul's expression. Each soul has its own unique expression. But what we've done, we look at creativity and we put a price on it. And we say, oh, this person's more creative, so they're worth more. And if you say to your family, oh, I want to be creative, I want to do this, I want to be an artist, you're going to be a starving artist. This is what you hear. Forgive it. This is a live recording for me because I'm looking out my window and I can hear the kids playing outside, and I'm sure you can too. But you see, every soul has a unique expression. But that unique expression has been stifled or smothered because society has said, oh, this particular thing is worth more. This particular expression is worth more than that expression. So what do? We strive to be like somebody else. You can't be somebody else. You will always suck at being somebody else. But you will always excel at being you. Well, then that's the question. Who are you? You know how you figure out who you are? At least for me. You get up and you watch yourself. Because when you start watching yourself, you learn about yourself, right? You learn what you like doing. You learn what you truly enjoy. And when you learn what you truly enjoy, it's like you can't help but do it. You cannot help but do it. So then you do. And you know what that does to you? That makes you feel so good. And the funny thing is, when you feel good, it ignites a spark in the people you come in contact with. Not always, but more times than not, it inspires that other person to do what makes them happy. That's the whole point. You have to do what makes you happy. But instead what we do is we do this. Oh, I want to do this, but. I want to do this, but. I want to do this, but. Oh, man. I want to do this, but. All those buts, right, are little blocks that you build around yourself. And you see the problem with a wall? It doesn't keep people out. It allows you from entering. It's all a matter of perspective. What are you keeping out? You're keeping good things out of your own reach. So how do you not do that? I know it can be challenging sometimes to look at a situation and see that, oh, it looks like this. And say, well, my situation looks like this. I can see this, so this must be real. Instead of doing that, again, I will refer to Harriet Tubman because she rocks. She knew that she was a slave. So there was no point in looking at it every day because it was what she lived. But what she did was she saw what she was told she was every day, but her soul knew who she actually was, and that's where she put her focus. So she didn't just look at her present situation. She could see what is because she wasn't blind. She could see what was. You can see what is. You can see your current situation. You can see it. So you can see it. So because you can see it, you're going to keep your eyes on it? No. You see what's there because you're not blind. Then you turn your focus to what you want it to be. What you want it to be. Now you see, I know we call it karma. This is why I always put this disclaimer in there and tell you, never wish ill on anyone. Because it's an intention. Intentions always have a way of coming back, you see? So if you're in a tough situation and you need out of it, you seek a way out that's beneficial to you. Everybody has to reap their own effects. They planted corn, they have to reap corn. They plant potatoes, they got to reap potatoes. You can't plant for them, you can't reap for them. You can just simply focus on yourself, because what happens is if you start wishing ill upon somebody because they've hurt you, you're hurting yourself 3 times. 1, you had the thought. That thought generates a not so good thing in the body. And when it does that, it hurts you physically because you're attached to your body, right? So it's going to hurt you physically. When it hurts you physically, then it goes out and it kind of sort of affects that person. Kind of, but not really. And then it has to come back to you. Oh, snap. Look at that. And then when it comes back to you, what do? This isn't fair. Why is this always happening to me? Because it was the intent that was sent. My grandfather always taught me, never wish for anyone what you wouldn't want for yourself. So, if you are looking at your current situation and you feel trapped by it, understand that it is your current situation. So, what do you want? You know the current situation is, but what is it that you want? Use the current situation to paint a clearer picture of what you want. Right? That's what you do. And it's like, it will start to unfold before you. And I heard just recently, what you're looking for is looking for you. So if you're looking for peace, you can't possibly find strife. You're going to find peace. But if you're looking for trouble, you'll find it. Because what you're looking for is looking for you. You know, just really put things in perspective. Like I said to my son, because he was playing online with some friends, and he's like, this person hurt my feelings. And I said to him, you have to watch your life like it's a movie. If you're going to the theater and you're watching a movie, you're eating your popcorn, you're drinking your soda, the thing on the screen that you're watching has no effect on you. You are simply watching it. Thus is your life. So when somebody comes along and hurts your feelings or does something to you, watch it like it's a movie, because the minute you attach an emotion, when you employ the ego in a way that it was not meant to, that's when the hurt sets in. Nobody can hurt you. They can damage the physical body. I know there's a scripture that says, why fear man? They can only kill the body. Fear God, he can destroy both soul and body in hell. And I was like, oh, that's kind of harsh. But, that's part of the indoctrination of growing up Christian, right? It puts the fear of God in you. And nobody has the power to hurt you. You, however, have the power to hurt yourself by allowing things to affect you in the way that they should not. You're simply observing, you're having an experience, and you're saying, ooh, I did not like that experience. Less of that, please. And you go on. One of my favorite things to do is to watch hawks fly. And I was outside with my dad today, and I was just watching them, and I said, Arthur, please let them come closer to me. Because I was trying to get a really good view in my binoculars, and I was like, please let them come closer to me. And ever so slowly, they started to get closer in the sky, closer to where I was, closer. And my whole body started to tingle. Because it was so gorgeous. It was so gorgeous to watch them be. That's all. Like a simple pleasure of coasting on the current was so beautiful. If I could bottle that, wow. Like it made me feel so good. That's what our lives are supposed to be like, with ease and beauty. Ease and beauty. Because that's what it's meant to be. Oh, Angela, you're so delusional. Well, you can say that if you want to, but I love my life. I didn't have a hard life. I also didn't grow up with a silver spoon either. But I had the love of my grandfather. This man believed in me so much. He called me his star girl because I had these big brown eyes. They were like stars. Oh, good for you, Angela. Good for you. But you know what? I look back on those times that he always made me laugh. Always. Because he understood the importance of feeling good. Because he said, nobody has control over you. You're free. You're free. Why should I doubt that? And that's what we do. We think that we are enslaved to our jobs. And if you don't have a job, you can't pay your bills. Well, if you believe that because you can see it, then of course it shall be true for you. So then you have to start with the little things. Start with realizing and understanding that you are vastness itself. Like, it is so amazing. It is so amazing. Like, I'm looking out the window and I can see, because you call it the sun is setting. But the sun never sets. It's stationary. It's hung right there. It moves. It vibrates. But we're the ones who move. The earth moves around the sun. And so I'm just watching it turn. And the different colors in the sky. Like, I've always been envious of people who could actually draw. Like my cousin, she's like turning 10 and she's phenomenal. I'm like, dude, how did you do this? And for the life of me, I can't even mix colors together to to express that, for lack of a better phrase, sunset. But perhaps I'm not supposed to recreate it. Perhaps I'm simply supposed to enjoy it. You see, life is simple, but we complicate things. We complicate things. Seek ease and peace and tranquility and kindness. Seek those things and they'll come. But apparently those things don't pay the bills. So they get pushed to the wayside, you know. But then without them, we suffer. Because why? We lack compassion because we're too busy chasing dollar bills, y'all. When in reality, man or humans invented dollars. And the only function that dollars have is to be spent. One cannot eat them. One cannot live in them. One cannot drive them. Money. And I think actually back in the day, the Jews burnt money to stay warm. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what happened way back. So think about that. Don't ask for money. Create the things that you actually want. It's not the money. Think deeper than that. Anyhow, all this yakety yakking. And I hope that you feel the love that is around you on a daily basis. I want you to feel that and experience it so that you can just sit down and feel good from the inside out. Much love.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.